Here's a quick fix to help you improve any of your AP Lang FRQ. And that is to improve your transitions, because if you do this, it's going to help your line of reasoning. So transitions can occur within a paragraph or between paragraphs. So let's start with between paragraphs. So going from body paragraph 1 to body paragraph 2. You want to use the topic sentence of body paragraph 2 for a transition. You don't want to preview new ideas at the end of body paragraph 1. You want to end body paragraph 1 by wrapping up that main idea, tying it back to your thesis. So some of the weaker transitions that we tend to see are things like one choice the writer uses is, another choice is, or one factor is, that kind of thing. So to avoid that, you can say things like initially or primarily for a factors prompt, like initially we should consider this. Instead of saying one choice the writer uses is, you could say the writer begins by, and then the next paragraph could be like the writer shifts to, or the writer continues by, and then concludes by. Another transition that my students like is having already established that blank. And then if it's rhetorical, you would say the writer then does this. If it's argument or synthesis, you would say having already established blank, we must also consider blank. If you are a visual person and you want to see these written out, I do have videos for rhetorical analysis sentence frames and argument and synthesis sentence frames. So if you search for those videos are on the other platform for long form video content. So now let's talk about within the body paragraph, because if you're going from evidence to commentary or from commentary to more evidence, chances are you're going to want to use a transition. So you can use transitional words like furthermore or moreover, which mean the same thing. You could also use however if you're trying to show contrast. Similarly, another one I see students using sometimes is unequivocally, which is kind of like saying without a doubt. Or for rhetorical analysis, I see a lot of students saying like here, and then they talk about the quote that they just mentioned. So those are like single words, but you can use actual phrases to help you transition as well. So one phrase that I like for synthesis and argument is something to the effect of like whatever the topic is not just limited to, and then whatever you were talking about, it's also prevalent in, and then like you mention your new main idea. So like, for example, exploring the unknown is not just prevalent in science, it's also prevalent in sports, something like that. So if you can connect ideas within a paragraph or between paragraphs and like refer back to previously stated ideas in a meaningful way, that is a really strong line of reasoning. I don't see students doing this super often, but when I see it happening, it's like a wow moment. So for that example that I said earlier, where it was talking about sports, you could say something like scientists, athletes also do this, and that way you're linking the ideas in a different way. So improving your transitions can help your line of reasoning. It can make it easier for the reader to follow your argument, which can then improve your score.